crash, they will not stop me tenfold. Man, oh, there with the hands, thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. High boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. My warriors guarantee we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Mark boy, 56. Check 56. Watch the back and watch the back.
Fight. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 75 yards. It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. So don't say nothing. Check 52. Let's go.
First carry for Darius Geis. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does abilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, look, squeeze.
Here's the 2nd and 7. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Now back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Falcons.
16 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Rock it.
Geis. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Oh, what a juke into space. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On the return is Pettis. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now it's Stidham looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Stidham. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On the ground, Geis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Right here.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And some room to run now. He's at the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ready, break. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Look, squeeze. Hey, right 52, right 5.
2nd and 14. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Shifts by him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
60 outlaw. 80 weapon. Ready.
To throw is Stidham. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. Where the Niners are able to stretch their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Check 9, check 9.
They start on the ground with Geis. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
56 to Mott, boys. 56. Look at me. Go. Check 3. Slide.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turned into a play action. And
this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 11. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Go now. 8 read. Fair. Back. Keep gripping.
On first down, this is Geis. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 9 now. And he will the end route complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time. We ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, it's Coleman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On second down now, it's Coleman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
61, matchbox lights.
Stidham now to throw on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Stidham. He sets to fire deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
On the double.
Mike's by 4.
Leo.
Check your hot read.
5.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. The next one, it almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Stidham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 52's the mic.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go.
They go play action with Stidham. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Coleman. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drive. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This is Coleman. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, it's Coleman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, tight there.
Five.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Go.
Now Stidham, off play action. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
At the 49ers, 47-yard line.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Ready? 8, please. Go.
Check. Lucky.
They'll set up a throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. After the interception, here's Stidham. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
70, Indy.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now Sanders. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Pittsburgh. 6-6. Pull it high. Check 43.
Here's Freeman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Leo.
I'm going back to you.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Right there, 56. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Go.
Switch.
They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, orbit. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Let's go now. 30 base.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Reed.
Two right here. Let's go heavy.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 14 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point safely through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Kill.
He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here's Coleman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Delta.
Second down, Stidham to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
52. You don't want this.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Give him 8 yards on that's going to bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
91. Let's go.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
56. Bound to lose one. Check 13.
Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understands.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put